And police is the only way to decrease stock-related crimes. Police say they are aware of the level of stock theft in rural areas and the effects of the crime. The Qumbu community is calling for action, saying crime is getting out of control. A shortage of police vehicles were also highlighted as a concern. Well, for more on the story, we are now joined on the line by our reporter, Lerato Tipa. Good afternoon, Lerato. Could you take us through today's imbizo, so mainly its objectives and the expected outcome?
The main objective of the imbizo today was to try and highlight the many service delivery issues, especially in terms of crime prevention in the area of Qumbu. I think, like you were saying earlier on, the most things that emerged, or the most crime statistics there, are linked to stock theft. So earlier on, the Hawks boss, General Berning Ntlemeza, held a meeting with traditional leaders, with community leaders, and also with herdsmen in the area, just to find exactly what the issues and the core issues in areas were. And when you're later speaking to us, he told us that the main thing was the issue of stock theft, that people in the area are complaining that it's getting out of control, and that even when we were there, actually there was a report coming in that just a few minutes ago after he arrived, certain cattle were taken off a specific farm. So it is really a thorny issue in the area, and he was there to address specifically that area of that issue of stock theft.
Well, General Berning Ntlemeza spoke of a partnership being formed between government and the community. Do we know the details around what those partnerships could entail?
He was just speaking earlier on and saying that the issue of stock theft in the area cannot be fought by police alone. Hence he started off his day and his visit to Qumbu with a meeting, trying to engage the community, making sure that they become hands-on. He did also just lament that he wanted the community to start reporting people that are stealing the stock, because he said that in his knowledge, he's aware that this stock are being stolen by people on specific farms, specifically young boys on the farms, and most parents do know who these children are. So unless these parents report their children, unless the community take control of the situation as well by reporting the stuff to the police, then the issue is not going to stop. So the details of how it's going to happen is not really clear as yet, but he did say that he's going to keep on engaging the community constantly in Qumbu to try and encourage them to be more hands-on in solving the issue of stock theft in the area, but obviously partnering with the police to solve this issue.
Lerato, usually in communities that struggle with issues around crime, we see residents taking the law into their own hands. Has anything of the sort happened here in the Qumbu community?
Earlier on, when we were speaking to residents in the area, they said that the issue of stock theft has actually led to bloodshed. It dates back really to the 1980s and the 1990s when this issue did start in this area. And in the past, people have died. And we also spoke to the village leader, and he was telling us that the issue of stock theft, when it actually spirals out of control, people's lives are lost. And he said that he sees it getting back to that level of the 90s again, when people's lives were lost because of stock theft. So he was just saying that it's not only about people stealing stock, but also the crime that comes after, because people begin to kill each other then, and then young lives, children, elderly people are killed in the situation. So as per yet, nothing has happened, but the community is saying that at the rate that it's going and the level of stock theft, especially in Qumbu and in the surrounding areas, it could lead to bloodshed.
That was Lerato, our reporter, talking to us around the issue of stock theft being highlighted in the community of Qumbu in the Eastern Cape.